Okay, we're going to add in a science video this week, one on Thursday, and we'll do 2 or 3 of these next week. We're going to be working with our Simple Machines book. This is the cover of your Simple Machines book. It should be in your Trapper Keeper. It should be in your Integrated Studies folder, or it might be loose in your Trapper Keeper. We made it by cutting apart and folding a big brown envelope, and we put this on as a cover, and then we have other pages on there that look like this. These are some bigger sizes so that you can see them, but that's what it would look like on the front. So make sure that you have that, and that you have a pencil to take some notes and write about what we're going to review that we've learned in Simple Machines. I will have a little video about whichever one we're working on. Today we're going to work on levers attached to the seesaw activity for you to go and look at. I think. Yeah, I should. I think I can do 2 videos. We'll see. And then you also need something to color with, because you have some things to color on there as well. And this one would be okay to use markers if you want to use markers to label and write your notes in, or a pencil. So we're going to open it up, and we're going to find a page that looks like this. And it should have a teeter-totter, it should have a shovel, and it should have a hammer pulling a nail or a tack out of the wood. All right, then, a couple weeks ago, I sent home these papers in your piles. That one's upside down, I'm sorry. Of stuff. I think there was a packet of social studies things, a packet of religion things, and a packet of the calendars and that kind of stuff, and this would have been in with that. And I want you to find both of these. You're going to need a scissors and your glue stick also. So let's review. Your Simple Machines book, lap book, you want your pencil or markers, whatever you're going to write with, and you need markers or crayons to color with. You're going to need both of these papers to do this activity. You're going to have to locate those, so you may have to pause the video and go find it all. You are going to need scissors and a glue stick. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do on this page is to put the title at the top. So you're going to cut out the one that says lever. So you're going to cut this out, and you're going to glue it right here, right in that space. So you have that one labeled. Okay? And pause the video and do that, and then come back. Okay. Then the second thing you're going to do is to put the description of this Simple Machine in your book. And you want this first box in the top row on the outside left-hand side that says this machine has a movable bar that rests on a solid point, also called a fulcrum. So you're going to cut this out, and you're going to glue it in this box here. Okay, so we have the title, we have the description. All right. Pause the video and do that. When you're finished, come back. All right. So then we need to label this. Remember that a lever has a point on which it balances, and that is called the fulcrum. So we're going to label that fulcrum. Here's the fulcrum here. The fulcrum here depends on up here at the top of the handle, and of course you can see the fulcrum is here where it is levering against the wood. All right, so to spell fulcrum, let me write that down for you. F-U-L-C-R-U-M, fulcrum. And remember, you are writing that right here. Right there, you're labeling that. You can use a marker, you can use a pencil to write fulcrum. All right. So now on that page, let me erase my board. There is a spot for notes. And notes are things that tell us more about what it is. So we're going to take some notes and write down what it says that we have learned about levers. So we know that they can, number one, can be set up in different ways. Okay, can be set up in different ways. You write that down in the notes box with, make sure you're writing nice and small. If you have to write over on the side, you might have to because there's a lot to write there. With a fulcrum at the middle or end of the bar. Okay. And then we also learned that you push down on one end of the bar to raise the other end. Okay, so I'm going to hold that up slowly here. So the first thing you're going to write down is it can be set up in different ways with a fulcrum at the middle or end of the bar. And that to make it work, you have to push down on one end of the bar to raise the end, the other end. Let me erase that. The other end. The other end. There you go. Okay. To raise the other end. All right, we go back and up. Make sure you have all of that written down. If you have to pause the video, go ahead and do that. And then the last thing that you would do, of course, would be to color the different examples of levers. Color your teeter-totter with your fulcrum underneath. Color your shovel and your hammer. You can mark where the fulcrums are on each of these after you've watched the video about levers if you would like to. You're going to need to take a picture of this to show me that you did it. All right. When you get into Seesaw, you'll see that it tells you to watch the video about levers to review what they are first, then watch me, okay? And to do the review part of the lesson. All right, we'll see you next time for pulleys.